That heavyweight fireside chat, my friends, was just a teaser of what lies ahead. As India prepares to celebrate its centenary year of independence in 2047, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has set forth a remarkable vision, Viksit Bharat at 2047. This comprehensive initiative encompasses a meticulously crafted blueprint delineating national vision, aspirations, goals, and actionable points. At our last AGM in June, Bombay Chamber announced the launch of a report on Viksit Bharat, which was commissioned to Artha Global. Today, we will be unveiling the report in a short while from now. But before that, to set the context for the report launch, I now invite on the dais Mr. Sudhir Kapadia, Senior Advisor EY India and former President Bombay Chamber. A round of applause for him, please.
I think the Bombay Chamber is privileged. We have the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision for Viksit Bharat 2047, and we have today for the Chamber and for the country a great vision laid out by Chairman Aditya Birla Group, Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, with the acronym BITS. And it's very perceptive that a lot of the drivers which Kumar Mangalam Birla talked about, you will find as we discuss the report in a short while, as the drivers which have been identified in this research paper as well. So to just set the context, we at the Bombay Chamber, Pinky, I, others, when we first discussed a few months ago, when in typical prime ministerial style, in anticipation of his victory in the general election, he had already announced his 100-day plan and vision, and straight away vision for the country 2047. That is what all great leaders do. They look beyond the biological tenure of their biological life of their own tenure. And we said, okay, based on that, there were already a lot of what I call the beautiful CAGR Excel-led calculations done as to how much we need to grow every year, and we will be, lo and behold, a developed country by 2047. So we as a chamber stepped back and said, Prime Minister knows, and everybody in government knows, everybody in business knows that Excel projections do not make things happen. It needs a lot of collective resolve, a lot of collective hard work, and a lot of confidence, and a lot of effort to ensure that the enablers and the building blocks are put in place. So with that kind of a thought process, we said, what will it take? First of all, what is a developed nation? What will it take to reach there? There will be many drivers. We cannot cover everything as a chamber, but what are the ones which are close to our heart? And let's focus on those and have a blueprint, a journey. This is a road to Viksit Bharat. This report is not about what Viksit Bharat will be just by itself, but a road to Viksit Bharat. And I have just picked up what I found, and it's, in my personal view, objectively, it's an excellent report. I would really urge each one of you to go through it carefully. Niranjan, our friend, is here, Artha Global. He and his team have done a wonderful job in putting this together. And I've just picked up in the backdrop, if you find, when you read the report, it's a very interesting statistic. When you define a developed country, you have to also define the average income per individual. The inequality part comes later. That's the debate which is not part of today's discussion. But even to start with, the average income is an important determinator of a developed country, not just the absolute GDP. Now, India will have to grow at a sustained compounded annual growth rate of 9.6% in average income till 2047, meaning we will have to have a double-digit economic growth to reach a level of a developed country by 2047. Of course, it is achievable. Two countries have achieved it, China and South Korea, which the report talks about. So it is achievable, but you can imagine the kind of challenge and the opportunity both we have as a country. Till 2030, we will become an upper middle income country, and Niranjan and the chamber and all of us had this healthy debate to say that, look, little upper income, it's great, but how do we break out of that upper income? How do we get from that upper middle income to an actual developed country, and what does it need, what will it take to reach there? So I think the journey till 2030, not that it will be without challenges, but seems our path to upper middle income seems set, seems very achievable. I think a lot of hard work when the chamber celebrates the second century, we will see where we have reached and what is the balanced 12 years which will be left for the country. I'm sure year after year, and including in the second centenary of the chamber, we will have a far greater understanding of where we have reached and what more we need to do in the coming decade at that time. So I think the main part is that, as I mentioned, these two countries have done it, and this another interesting aspect, 34 middle income countries with a combined population of 250 million have been able to move to high income status since 1990. Now, since we were talking about bits and bits Pilani, it's the glass half full and half empty. Brilliant students in our country do make it to bits Pilani, those who don't have to go abroad. So if 34 middle income countries have been able to do it, I think I read the report, and I hope Niranjan and team agrees, to say that India can do it, because if 34 can do it in the entire galaxy of whatever 170 nations, India shouldn't be one of those who lag behind, but should be able to do it. So this is to me the greatest insight which this report provides, and as I said, the building blocks. But the last thing personally I've felt post World War II, for a variety of reasons, we have witnessed many countries. Recently we talked about China, South Korea, but if I look back post World War II, I've always marveled at two countries, Germany and Japan. And even in my consulting experience, I have found a very different kind of an experience with companies coming from these two countries, where the national resolve is palpable, where it cuts across. It cuts across in conversations, it cuts across in the way they look at businesses, the way they approach issues. That national resolve to rebuild post-World War II is, I think, what India needs. We don't have, fortunately, a challenge like they had post-World War II, but that national resolve to say, this is the vision set by a Prime Minister of India in this year 2023 or 24, and we shall achieve this collectively, and we will do everything which is within our means to do so, and we owe it to the next generation to do it. That is how I look at it. Thank you, and we look forward to an engaging panel discussion. Thanks.
Thank you for setting the tone for the report launch. I request other guests, please join him on stage for the much-awaited unveiling. Mr. Dinesh Khara is not here. Okay. Ms. Pinky Mehta, Mr. Sudhanshu Vats, Vice President, Bombay Chamber and Managing Director, Designate Pidilite Industries Limited, Dr. Sachidanand Shukla, Chairman, EPRD and Committee, Bombay Chamber and Group Chief Economist, L&T, Dr. Niranjan Rajaksh, Executive Director, Research and Strategy, Artha Global, and Mr. Sandeep Khosla, Director General. What we have here, guests, is nearly 5 months of research and hard work put in by Artha Global and the Bombay Chamber team, and it has come to fruition today. Indeed, a memorable moment. A huge round of applause. We will soon be sharing the report with our members in the coming days. Thank you, everyone. I would request Dr. Shukla, Mr. Vats, and Dr. Niranjan to stay back on the dais, as I invite Mr. Neelkant Mishra, Chief Economist, Axis Bank, and Mr. Dharmakirti Joshi, Chief Economist, CRISIL, to take the Viksit Bharat dialogue further as we present a panel discussion on Viksit Bharat at 2047, Blueprint for a Developed India.